Daniel Edward Aykroyd was born in Ottawa, Canada on July 1, 1952, to Samuel Cuthbert Peter Hugh Aykroyd, a civil engineer and advisor on policy matters to the Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, and Lorraine Helene, who was a secretary. As a child, Dan suffered from symptoms of Tourette's syndrome and Asperger's syndrome, also being born with webbed toes, which are called syndactyly. Dan attended a Catholic school, and there his childhood dream of becoming a priest someday was built. He did hold on to the dream until he was 17 years when he decided to chase another dream. This new dream led him to study criminology and sociology at Carleton University in Ottawa. But again, Dan's dream took another unlikely turn and he dropped out, and instead he went into comedy but started out running a bar. During this time, while working at the bar, Dan began to hone his comedy skills. He would make people at the bar laugh with his hilarious stories. It became a step towards the next phase of his career as he got a slot at the Saturday Night Live. Dan became a writer for SNL show and was initially paid $278 a week, but that was not his goal. So he worked his way into the cast of the show he was writing and became an original member of the Not Ready for Primetime Players show from 1975 to 1979. He was the youngest member of the group at the age 22, which later became an actual performing band, and later it became the 1980 film The Blue Brothers, which he co-wrote and starred in. Dan was the uniqueness of the band at the SNL, and he brought youthful talent as an impersonator and almost lunatic interest into the show, making it a huge success. Dan became a sensation at the SNL, and his eccentric talent was not unnoticed in the highly competitive SNL environment. His recognition went beyond SNL, and he received an Emmy Award for his writing on SNL, with 2 nominations later. Also, being ranked 5th on Rolling Stone's 2015 appraisal on all 141 SNL cast members. Soon after, Dan began to work on the film script in the early 1980s that eventually became the 1984 blockbuster and box office smash film Ghostbusters, which gave him the popularity for his role in battling spirits. This became the film and the role he was known for. At the time also, Dan was a member of the choir for the song We Are the World in 1985 and also hosted the international radio show Elwood's Blues Mobile, which was known as House of Blues Radio Hour until 2018. With the success of Ghostbusters, Dan went on to star in other films including Trading Places, Spies Like Us, and several others which were mostly commercial failures, with few being hits, including the 1989 film Driving Miss Daisy, which earned him an Oscar nomination for his role as Best Supporting Actor and made him the second SNL member after Joan Cusack to be nominated for an Oscar. Dan turned his skills to directing, with his debut being the 1991 Nothing But Trouble, which was a critical and commercial flop, costing $40 million and earning $8.5 million at the box office. His other films of the 1990s were also poorly received, although the third film of the Ghostbusters, released in 1989, was a commercial hit, taking in $215 million. With his little success in film in later years, Dan ventured into his first business in 1992 and co-founded the House of Blues live music venue and restaurant chain. The business now belongs to Live Nation, though Dan is still a paid consultant of the business. Moving on from there, Dan set up a tequila company that imports Patron tequila into Canada, and 2 years later, he expanded it to include vodka. Dan was once engaged to actress Carrie Fisher, though briefly because she left him and reconciled to her former boyfriend. And in 1983, he married Donna Dykson, and together they have 3 children. Dan serves as a reserve deputy on the Haines County Sheriff Department, Mississippi, and formerly a reserve commander for the police department in Louisiana, and he supports the reserve by fundraisers concerts held in the state of Mississippi. He's also a member of the Canadian Charity Artists Against Racism. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We'll appreciate if you subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. We love you.